Jigga Gang. I don't know why I said that. It's your boy, Billy Roy, the Cajun boy here.
Good afternoon, guys. It's your girl, Iycess, the doll of the goats, and today we're going to
Let me get comfortable, guys.
tune in and just kind of talk about the voting. It's getting really close to voting.
It's really close. Early voting started today. So best thing to do if you don't know where to vote, if you don't know when you're going to vote, just vote early. You have about 2 weeks to do so. So definitely recommend doing that. But we're going to get right into talking about some of the amendments that's going to be on your ballot on November 6th and for early voting. So Amendment 1, it basically covers if you want to run for public office or you want to hold public office, you must, sorry, I don't know why I'm going this route. So if you have a felony, you have to serve at least 5 years after your felony charge in order to hold a public office. So if you're a felon and you want to be a mayor, city councilman, any public elected official, you have to wait 5 years after your felony. To me, that's just pretty crazy. Like, why? I personally won't vote for a felon to be holding public office because clearly they were charged with a crime, and people who are charged with a crime shouldn't be in public office. What you think about that?
I don't know, really. I mean, people can change. You know, what if you're wrongly convicted? I mean, that's a lot of what ifs that could fall in that. So I don't.
I mean, in order for this to even be on the ballot, that's crazy.
Depend on what you. That is crazy, but I mean, look who's in office right now. I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Don't talk about Trump.
He had no background at all.
Going on. So let's get right into Amendment 2.
Okay.
That says basically that you need a unanimous jury in order to convict somebody of life to serve in prison. So this is actually one of the laws that, pretty much like when they call it the Jim Crow laws. Basically, there was a law passed that you had to have at least 2 black people or 2 women on your jury. And the South was like, okay, that's fine. So they didn't pass another law to saying that only 10 out of the 12 jurors must be unanimous in order to convict somebody.
Right.
We've had that law for the last 5 or 6 decades. And now we're just now getting rid of it because there's been so many people who have been charged and convicted to life to prison who are wrongly convicted. They didn't do the crime and they've spent the majority of their life in prison. So Amendment 2 basically says you want unanimous jurors. All 12 jurors must vote guilty. Right. That's so important. Like that 12 people come to the consensus
everybody
that your life is done.
Your life is right.
That's to be common sense. So 48 other states have it. Louisiana, I want to say Arkansas is the state that doesn't have it.
That's correct. And you guys probably have seen some of the signs out. I know myself and Billy, I believe we both took a picture with the sign saying, vote yes for Amendment 2.
Yeah, to me, it's one of the most important amendments. A lot of the other amendments is just per person, but I think that's something that's going to affect multiple people.
Right.
Amendment 3, it proposes that government entities be allowed to donate and trade equipment and personnel to other government entities. To me, that should be like a no-brainer. Instead of us paying for something, we can get it from Bossier or we can get it from another parish or another state. We should be able to just do an even trade with them. Currently, the law says it must be an even trade, but even if it's not even, as long as we're receiving more than we're giving, that's cool with me.
Agree.
On to Amendment 4. This one basically says that the Louisiana state tax that's taxed on fuel, that money must go to transportation-related construction. Currently, some of that money is going to state police, like state troopers and other government entities, but Amendment 4 wants all the taxes from fuel to go towards transportation-related construction. So that means making sure our interstate like I-20 and I-49, I-220 stay nice and pretty and they're drivable roads. When there's flooding, making sure we have those roads stable in order for us to get through those floods. All right, so we have 6 amendments. We're on Amendment 5. This one basically goes over people who currently receive tax exemptions, like the elderly and some of our servicemen and first responders, that if they sell their property, that the ownership still gets those tax-related incentives and exemptions. So if you're selling your house, I think that would be a great benefit to say, oh yeah, this house also comes with tax exemptions because I served overseas or I'm an elderly person. Right. That's an incentive to buy a house. That means people will start coming to the region because they have those incentives to buy. That also encourages people such as people from Barksdale, to buy houses instead of renting, which that money puts taxes back into the local economy. So it's kind of like a triple effect that you need these taxes, you need these exemptions in order for people to spend more money and to buy more.
Okay.
That kind of sounds like I'm passionate about it, but it's just like it's common sense. So this last amendment, it proposes that homeowners who've seen a increase after they got their homes reappraised of more than 50%, that they're able to pay off that new tax for that house over a period of 4 years at an increased value. So basically, if people get their house reappraised for new loans, or they need it reappraised for their neighborhood just to get a better value on their house for tax purposes, those people will be allowed to pay that new tax increase over 4 years. So that basically includes all of the local amendments. So you live in Caddo Parish, Shreveport especially, you'll be getting a chance to vote on that. But there is one statewide ballot amendment, and that's legalizing fantasy sports. So things like fantasy football is actually not legal that we do it here, and different apps that you have. I can't think of the one. It's like Green and Black that you can vote on and participate in. But that's actually illegal in Louisiana. So it's your money. You should be able to do what you want to do with it. And that includes all the amendments for November 6th. Let's talk about brunch under the bridge. I had a good time.
Oh my God.
I had a couple of drinks.
Yeah, I had a really good time. I think it was nice. I love the fact that, everybody came out. It wasn't a lot. I did get to see like the recap.
Yeah. Each year it just gets better and better and better. And it's like one of those things you say, well, why do you like Shreveport? Like, that's culture.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go to New York or Houston or Dallas and get that. Those are like my people.
Yeah,
like, It's like we dress a certain way, the food tastes a certain way.
The vibe, the music,
the Henny bombs from Bon Temps were.
What? Oh my God.
They were good. But yeah, brunch on the bridge was pretty nice.
It was. For sure.
There's several trunk or treats you guys should check out in the city. Course Pathways is having one. I'm actually planning a holiday festival that'll be in East Bank. More details coming soon. It's right here. Soon it'll be a contract signed, so it'll be on paper. Okay. And you guys will get an invite, and that's going to be pretty dope.
Cool,
I want to get Tipsy and the band to come out, which would be really nice. Christmas at East Bank, that's the name.
Okay.
You'll be hearing it soon.
So recently, maybe this past Friday, there was a locally published and filmed movie that came out.
Was it an adult movie?
It was. It was
like an adult movie?
No. It was The Third Wish.
The Third Wish.
Third Wish. It was actually, it had all of my notes of it is on my phone that we're using to record.
The Third Wish. Let's go.
I know for a fact it had like all everybody here local in it. It was all the boys that were in it are actually under the age of 20. One of the boys is actually still goes to school at Bird High School.
Shout out to Bird, Kjunboy alumni. Keep going though.
But it was really nice. I didn't get to sit through the whole thing, but they rented out a theater at the Boardwalk. They had like the lights, they had the backdrop and everything.
So wait. This is a movie that was shot here, but it's also was shown here.
Yes.
Do you know what it was about?
For it was here. Yes, it was about the three boys. That's what I'm telling you. The Third Wish. So this guy. Oh my God.
I thought she was just describing people.
No, it's about them. So this little boy, he's grown up with his grandfather on this farm. Like, you guys gotta check it out. If you missed it, look it up. Come on.
The Third Wish. Wait, Third Wish or The Third Wish?
The Third Wish.
Okay, The Third Wish. There's an album. Let's type in Shreveport. Oh. We're not going to edit any of this out. We're just going to keep it.
We're going to let you guys have this.
Okay. So here's a little synopsis of it.
Okay, go for it.
So I'm going to read the little preview. It says, watch as 3 young rappers from Shreveport, Louisiana, that's here, found out sometimes when things come free, it also comes with problems.
Right.
That's a hook right there.
Yeah.
Especially if it's going to be filmed in Shreveport.
It was filmed in Shreveport. Everything in it is from Shreveport. Like, the artist is from Shreveport. The producers is from Shreveport. Everything was all Shreveport. Like I said, it was a really big thing on Friday night. I went down to the Boardwalk.
It was at the Boardwalk.
It was at the Boardwalk.
It wasn't at like Robinson or something small.
No, it was at the Boardwalk. Yeah, it was a big thing. They had a private room. They had a DJ. They were trying to do something different where they do like a live mixtape and movie premiere at the same time. So it was kind of like turned up, and then like the movie came on. But I didn't get to stay all the way through it. I had some prior engagements I had to get to, so I couldn't stay the entire time.
Sorry, I had to.
But it was really,
I was
really
booked,
nice.
honey.
It was really nice. I got there at about 7:30. They said the movie was going to start at 8, but I didn't know that it was like a mixtape movie thing, so the movie didn't actually start until like 9, and all the mixtape and local artists and things like that were
So it was
performing prior.
nice little vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get the chance to go to the comedy show? Or
didn't
no?
go to the comedy
I
show.
really
Did you
wanted to
go?
go, but tickets were sold out, and I was just like, I'm not going to be standing against the wall. But Tina B hosted it. Funny Man Pratt was also there.
Yes.
Some other local comedians. So, of course, it was dope. I'm
yeah.
trying to see, is there anything else coming up? Oh, y'all, I know last time we talked about Venom. It's a really good movie. Go see
okay.
it.
So you did get to go see it?
Yes. If you're a fan of superhero movies
Okay.
and good storylines and great origin stories, Venom is the movie to go see. She's checking the time. I guess she's tired of me talking. So it's a good movie to go see. I don't know if you guys are watching the new Charmed launch series on CW. It's good. It features some ethnic women that are witches. It has a good twist on like the old witch story, and one of the witches is basically trying to figure out is all this stuff like science related. And she's a pretty smart girl. Definitely.
What's the name of the show?
Charmed.
Okay.
So it's a relaunch of the old, I guess, early 2000 series. What else am I? Oh, Daredevil season 3 is out. I watched it one weekend. Thanks, Darren, Shady Will, for ruining my whole Saturday watching Daredevil.
And if you guys haven't seen already, if you're not already following the Social Goats, we have a lot of different little things coming. Like I saw, we got Fash Talk coming
Fash
with
Talk. Y'all like this
Danny
outfit?
with an
Hold on.
I, not
I
with the
gotta check
Y.
this out. I'm wearing this nice Goodwill Ralph Lauren polo with some Chelsea boots, and it's a whole
Y'all,
thing,
he is looking real nice over here today.
And it's a
Shout him
Monday.
out.
I won't be looking like this for much longer. That's
So, Billy, someone actually asked me, they was like, well, what exactly do you guys cover? Well, here's the thing. We don't not cover anything. We're
Yeah.
your street team.
Yeah, so
basically.
we're going to cover every festival that comes here, every comedy show, if you do an event. So like last week, we did the lip sync battle with Families Helping Families Region 7. It was pretty dope. So all local mayoral candidates came out to perform, but we cover all stuff like that. If you're having an event you want publicized, we'll be there to cover it. We'll host it. We'll do interviews. We'll make sure that you get publicized. What else do we cover?
Well, I told them we cover everything because someone
Everything.
messaged me and they was like, so do y'all only cover this or you only cover that? What exactly do you? And I'm like, no, like we're like the Social Goat Street Team. You guys tell us what's going on. We're going to come out. One of us will be there for sure. We'll get footage. We'll talk about it. If you don't want, if we missed it, but you got something coming up and you want us to let us know, shoot us an email, send us a message, a DM.
It goes down in the DMs. One cool thing I had a chance to do last week was I participated and was a judge in this activity called the Amazing Shake.
Okay.
So basically, it's a national competition that challenges younger students all the way up to the age of high school to become better citizens, knowing interview skills, knowing how to hold a business meeting, knowing how to respond to general questions about civics and what current events, what's going on in the country, different things like that. And some of the things that I was hearing from these kids was like heartbreaking because one of the questions is, what would you want to change in your community? And the majority of the kids said they would want the shooting to stop. That's crazy that these kids are like
They can't even just
6 and
enjoy
7
and they know that.
and
Yeah.
like that's their priority.
Yeah, because they're probably like wanting to go outside, and their mom's like, "No, like,
No,
it's not safe.
it's
It's not safe."
I guess I'm a '90s baby. We would we would do pretty much anything
Everything
outside.
right?
Yeah, but these kids, that was sucky because these kids, they have a good head on their shoulders. A lot of them, there was another question that said, if you had $1 million, what would you do with it? And the majority of those kids said, I would buy my mom a house. I would buy my mom a car. A lot of the questions weren't selfish questions. Even people like my age, we'd be like, I want to do this and this for myself and not even thinking about,
Right.
your family. And that's crazy.
It's just a different era. A lot of people are like, "Oh, all these kids have all these gadgets, this and that." But is it safe to send them outside in the neighborhoods right now?
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, as a kid, I would walk down the street barefoot, no shirt on, just
you have racing down the street,
barefoot races, living life, and now it's just like you can't. I don't know. I don't know about raising a kid in Shreveport. Maybe when that time happens, y'all pray for me, but it's gonna be rough. And I don't know if it's gonna happen in Shreveport. What else we got going coming up soon?
Well, I've been seeing you've been doing a lot of posting and things about the bullying stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep doing. So
I'm all for it. I have 2 children. One who is the age of 11, who actually dealt with bullying a lot over the last couple years. This is actually the first year we've been at a school, and my kid is not like afraid to be at school or coming home crying from being bullied. So I follow it a lot with everything that you have going with that.
yeah, and it's really like people don't understand how much of a big deal it is. Your kid
really
they get bullied for anything.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have on the nicest shoes or your uniform's not clean, they get
Something
bullied
as
on
simple
stuff.
as the way they talk.
Yeah.
Like my son, I mean, clearly I am African American, but I'm
African-American.
light skinned, you know. So he's light skinned, and he may talk a certain way because he grew up in Oklahoma, even though we're from here. So he gets bullied for that. He got called an Uncle Tom. He thinks he's white. I mean, just little stuff that he has no control over his skin color or the way he talks. But,
and it's really sad because that eventually creates a pattern of kids are no longer interested in education. They're no longer passionate about what they want to do when they grow up. They feel self-conscious because they're not like everybody else.
Right, and they think something's wrong with them or they need to fix something, and you have to, you really have to try to explain to them, like, there's nothing wrong with you, like, be you, like, accept who you are and make people accept you too.
And I always thought it was weird that, as a society, we would want our kids to be normal. I wouldn't want my kid to be unique. I want my kid to be black with freckles, with green eyes, blonde hair.
Yeah, all of that.
6 toes. That's unique. That's not bad. That's different. That's gonna make that kid more valuable to somebody else.
Right.
Why do you think if you're 50% Native American, you can get full rights to college? Because you're unique, you're different. You're something like that nobody else have. They have scholarships for people who are left-handed. Because you're unique, you're different, and that's valuable.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
It will blow your mind the stuff you can get scholarships for going to school. And the more unique you are, the more different you are, the more valuable you are. Y'all should write that down, because I'm never going to remember that again. The more unique, the more different, the more valuable you are. And I think that's gonna cover everything for us.
I believe so.
Halloween's coming up. Masquerade ball. It's gonna be dope. There'll be pictures of me posted. What are you doing for Halloween?
I have not a clue.
You gonna take your kids trick or treating?
I am taking my kids trick or treating.
You live in those fancy apartments. Y'all probably gonna have a little thing going around. Or no?
True.
Yeah. So Pumpkin Shine Online's on next week on the 23rd. Oh, no, that's tomorrow. Sorry. When this video airs, Pumpkin Shine Online will be going down. It's on Line Avenue in Ockley. So be sure to go check out all the local schools' pumpkins. It's pretty dope. This will be my first year participating in it.
When is this, you said?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
It's
tomorrow, October.
Sorry, tomorrow, October 23rd.
Okay. And where is it going to be?
Pumpkin Shine Online. So it'll be at Better Virginia Park, but
Okay.
the pumpkins will be online in Ockley. So you'll see them out there.
So so I can just bring my kids by and just come look at it?
Yes.
Okay.
There'll be kids, other kids out there. Of course, there's a playground. There'll be food trucks. Kind of small, fun, family-friendly event to get them ready.
And what time is this for?
It'll be going to like 7 o'clock. So I think it's going to be like 4:30 to 7.
Okay, cool. So you guys make sure to bring your little ones out. I'll be out. He'll be working. I'll be out with my little people.
I may bring my doggy out there, my boxador.
My kids are all out for going somewhere, so they'll be excited about that for sure.
Yes, but stay tuned. We're going to find some Halloween parties for y'all to participate and go to. It'll be posted on the SocialGoats website. Follow us on Facebook,
And
Instagram, Snapchat,
Twitter. Also, guys, if you guys take pictures in your Halloween costumes, send us that. We want to, kind of showcase some of you guys. If you guys shout out the SocialGoats with your Halloween costumes, well, we can make a video with all of you guys showing all your cool posts. That'll be super cool.
Let's do something right now.
All right, what are we doing?
We don't need approval. So the person who tags SocialGoats at SocialGoats, #SocialGoats, we will give a cash prize to the best Halloween costume in Shreveport Bossier. It's been said. Write it down. Best costume in Shreveport Bossier. You will receive a cash prize from Social
Don't
Goats.
forget to tag SocialGoats and hashtag. You don't have to not just mention. Tag us in your post, add us in the post, and hashtag.
Yeah, tag Social Goats. Tag Kjunboy. Reach us. We want to see your Halloween costumes.
I want to see it. Let us see.
But that's all we have for today. We will be live probably before Halloween again, so we'll reveal the winner then.
Yeah.
We'll call them up. We'll bring them out live with us.
Yeah, maybe they'll come
to give them
out
the cash
to hang
prize.
out with us. Yeah, sounds like a plan.
But I'm Kjunboy, Billy Roy, Hans Road Daddy.
And I'm Iycess Woods, the Dollar of the Goats. Y'all, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. Toodles.